Let's go. Let's do it. Welcome back to Winter is Here, a podcast about Game of Thrones by the creators of the Rule the World podcast. I'm your host and producer, Mason Whittam, and with me, as always, is Ben Grotus. But sorry, folks, Connor is at baseball again. We should have planned this a little bit differently, I guess, but that's okay. Coach Connor got to do his thing. Anyways, in this episode, we are going to review Episode 2 of Season 8, A Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So, what's up, Grotus? What do we got for the rundown tonight?
All right, tonight we got anything to mention, which were just a couple things that we want to touch on before the episode, or I guess before we get down into the nitty-gritty of it, and then got a breakdown, and then we got predictions and what we want to see next. That's kind of what we're always going to stick to on each of these pods, and just trying to, I guess, keep it as simple as possible is kind of what we're trying to do, but also bring you some insight that no other people that are doing a podcast can bring you. So, Sorgie's gone, I guess, again, so not even a call from him this time, but, you know, that just makes his first, or I guess his return back to the Winter is Here podcast even greater, so.
Yes, we can't wait.
We're looking forward to it for when he's actually here, so I guess that's. So, let's get into anything to mention. I'll kind of, I guess I already said the first one, so.
Yeah, so last week you said that the episode was going to be called something else.
Oh, I got it wrong, yeah.
I forgot what it was.
I went off of a podcast I was listening to. I went off of Twitter. I went off of Facebook, everything that I saw it on, and I shouldn't have.
What did you say it was? I forgot.
The One True Queen or something like that.
Okay. See, I mean, that sounded right.
Yeah, it sounded
I
like
believed it.
Legit.
It would have been a sweet name, but
it wasn't.
But we didn't even see Cersei, so oh well, we'll get there, I guess. But anyway, Night of the Seven Kingdoms. Now I gotta ask you, if you knew that's what this was called, would you have known that the Night of the Seven Kingdoms was going to be Brienne?
No.
Would you have guessed that? I would not have.
No, I would have guessed literally anybody else. I would have never thought that Brienne would be a huge focal point of the episode because the last episode she was not.
No.
So that's why I was like, all right, maybe she's just kind of a background character this season. But clearly not. But I guess the next thing I have here is the episode was considered slow by many on Twitter. I guess the people that I saw, and a lot of people just literally saying that it just sucked altogether. And I guess the first one that I saw was Riggs, a guy from Barstool that is the head of the golf podcast there, and he said that was the worst episode of television I think I've ever seen. And I was like,
what?
I don't think I can listen to your podcast ever again.
There's no way he was watching the right show.
See, the thing is that, like, if you are a real fan of the show, how could you not like this episode? It's literally
it was amazing.
It's people talking in rooms, and if you are so invested in these characters, how is them talking to each other and having great stories together not what you want to see? Like, I realize that they're not fighting yet, and everybody just hold on. It's going to be next episode. Literally, an hour and a half of next Sunday for you is going to be watching a battle. So you can wait. Like, would you rather have an entire huge battle scene or just one little small one with, like, I guess a bunch of little small ones with everybody that, I mean, it doesn't.
I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's Game of Thrones.
Let them do their thing.
They're Game of Thrones. That's it.
They're going to show you what they need to show you. Don't try to critique what they're doing because clearly we are 8 seasons in. This is a cultural phenomenon. You are, you like the show. Deal with it. It's not up to you. And I'm just tired of people saying that it sucked because that's all I saw.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I think people honestly said that it sucked because they want to stand out from other people.
Probably. They probably think it's cool to say that the greatest show of all time had a bad episode.
Yeah. But it didn't. Then they just said it because
I don't know what to think.
They wanted to get likes or something.
Yeah.
There was one scene in the episode that was questionable.
They're just stirring up people like you that are reading it and getting heated.
Oh, man, I was mad. I about threw my phone. I was pissed. But, yeah. I guess the last thing that I want to mention here, Maisie Williams, the actress who plays Arya Stark, is 22 years old in real life and 18 in the show, so everybody just shut the hell up. All right, so we're going to start into we're going to go into the important scenes. We're going to go to the episode recap. I put important scenes, but you know what? They're all important except for maybe one or two. So we're gonna break down what we need to and what we think is most important in this episode and what you guys need to take away from it. So,
Yep.
I guess
it's gonna include about 98.9% of the episode.
Yep, pretty much.
So let's go.
And let's be honest, there's a lot of little scenes in this episode. I feel like I kept typing while I was writing this. While I was writing up this rundown.
I don't know if I may be wrong here, but they might be doing like each scene a lot. I think they're doing them a lot faster. They're just getting more scenes in than in like the older episodes and like early seasons.
I would agree.
Each scene seemed a lot more drawn out, whereas these ones we're really getting to the point. And like you can tell it's getting wrapped up, which I mean it's got to. So they're doing a great job of it.
Well, it's
Maybe
either
that's
you
why
wrap it
people
up or you add more to it.
Yeah.
Just each storyline. So like, what's the we'll see. We'll just kind of see how that goes. Each episode of season 8 here, but I anticipate it being wrapped up more than not. So, all right, first scene we open with Jamie on trial. Did you think that this would happen right away?
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't surprised that they literally had him standing there and right away. Like,
Yeah.
There wasn't even like a cutscene of where we're at or nothing. I mean, it was his face right away.
Oh
So,
yeah, it comes from black straight to his face.
yeah, maybe I didn't expect it to be that quick. Like at least aerial shot of Winterfell.
Yeah,
But,
I
no,
thought we were going
we're
to start
getting
with maybe his look with Bran and then going into it, like
Yeah,
starting off from where we were and then going, but straight into it.
we're doing it.
Danny's telling a story, I guess, and then it's just like explaining why you should hate him, and then
Yeah.
we have other people kind of defending him. And Brienne and Tyrion are the ones that do. Tyrion kind of is taken out of it because he's his brother, and obviously he's going to defend him, but Danny really doesn't trust Tyrion that much right now. Brienne is the one that really kind of takes the stage, I guess.
Yep.
And what?
So Brienne, she speaks up for Jamie and says everything like how he saved her and all this back in, I don't know, I think they were in Hardhome, or not Hardhome, but Harrenhal. When he gets his hand chopped, then that whole scene when it was him and Brienne.
Well, she references multiple scenes, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, the Harrenhal where he saves her from the bear.
Yep.
But also, or I guess no, she didn't even reference that. She referenced the when she was
I think
about to be raped by the people with Locke, and then Jamie kind of defends her and says like
it's because he went back for her.
Yeah.
It was all that. Anyway, she says all this, and Sansa is like surprised, like she didn't know any of it. I'm like, how did she not know this yet?
I have no idea.
Like she didn't care how Brienne got to her.
Yeah.
Basically.
Like that
Like,
that
how
should
does
have
she
been
not
touched
know
on
any
at
of
least.
Brienne's story about like how she was with her mom for however long, and like what she did for Jamie, and like to free. She literally did what she did to try to free Sansa and Arya. You would think that Sansa should probably know this, and
Well,
be like,
she
yo,
told-
Brienne, you're kind of a beast. So
I remember when she told in season 6, she told Sansa, "I swore an oath to your mother," but she didn't tell him. Oh yeah, there was also an oath like in the middle of that when Jamie swore an oath to your mother, and then I swore an oath to him. We didn't talk about that though. That's kind of what happened.
I guess I just didn't realize that Sansa didn't know any of this.
Yeah, which
So-
is kind of weird, but
I'm glad that she's like, oh wait, yeah, you're okay. I guess if you like him, then
yeah. I
we
mean,
should keep him.
so what I noticed in this scene was Sansa kind of took it over. Like Dany was like almost. Did it really seem like she had the final say? I mean, a little bit, but not a whole lot. Sansa was like, "Yep, you're good if Brienne says you're good," and then we're like, "Well, cool.
Yep.
He's good."
And of course, Jon. We need all the men we can get. So
Yeah, John's just
he's the only one with his head on straight right now.
yeah.
I'll probably say that multiple times throughout this. I think I wrote that at least a couple times. So,
Okay, well, I mean, you're right.
My
though.
God.
You're right. Though.
guys, just listen to Jon. Seriously.
Yeah, he's just well. I mean, he's not looking forward past the battle, which you probably shouldn't be at this point.
No,
So,
don't even worry about it yet.
and then just one quick thing, I wrote this question while I was doing it, but I did figure out that this is true. Jamie has Widow's Wail, which is Joffrey's old sword,
Yep.
which is the other half of the sword Ned Stark had called Ice. And so technically in the left battalion, I guess, is what that is going to be where Jamie and Brienne are now, is going to be both swords created by the sword that Ned Stark held. So both
Yep.
of those are going to be
That's pretty cool.
guarding Winterfell. So
That's pretty cool.
I'm glad I kind of actually made that like for sure. So that's what it is.
Yep.
I just kind of noticed it while Grey Worm handed it to him. I was like, wait, is that Widow's Wail? Like, okay.
And Brienne's is Oathkeeper.
Yep. Yep.
That was one of the coolest parts in the show, like when she named it that.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
But
she said it so cool. She's like,
Oathkeeper. It's like she already thought about it, and
Yeah.
and Jamie's like, whoa, yeah.
yeah, like good call.
It's a
good
sweet
call.
name.
All right. So next thing, they walk out of this room, and Dany, they're walking through, I guess, a little hallway, and Dany kind of threatens to get rid of Tyrion as her hand. And then Tyrion stands there, and he's like, oh, looks like one of you two will be my next hand, and that's Jorah and Varys. They're standing next to it, and then it just ends. I was like, okay, important, but not that important to talk a lot about.
This is Dany's just getting on my nerves. Like, I don't think she realizes, like, she went north of the wall and saw the army of the dead and all of it. But, like, I still don't think that she's taking it that seriously. Like, she's still way more worried about her freaking throne.
Yeah.
Than even trying to live.
And we're going to talk about that later for sure.
Like, we get a lot of different little things in this episode about just Dany's. She just is not on the right track right now.
Mm-hmm. So next scene. Gendry and Arya, their first meeting in the Forge in this episode. So it seemed like Gendry was trying to get Arya to like stay in the crypts and not fight because he doesn't really believe that she's a true fighter. And she kind of proves him wrong, but he says like, stay out of the battle. And then she kind of says her line from the trailer that she was like, death has many faces, and I've seen death before, and I'm looking forward to seeing this one. And it's kind of just her showing like she's not this little girl pretending to be a boy that he's used to seeing, and I guess it kind of sets up the next scene that they are in. But I mean, you notice that Arya is trying to prove that she's like a true warrior in this fight.
So I don't think anybody's actually nobody's seen her fight yet, other than that quick little sweet duel with Brienne last season.
Yeah.
And then like I guess Sansa was overlooking it. But other than that, like I don't think Jon even knows that. Like, yo, you should have Arya like right by your side.
Yeah, and
this.
well, I remember
Nobody
last
knows.
episode he was like, "Have you used it before?" Like talking about needle, and she's like, "Once or twice."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, okay."
Like, she
but like,
should
she
probably be
clearly
telling
she's
people-
a freaking beast.
She should probably be telling people like, hey, I'm probably gonna wipe out a decent amount of these people of these whites. So
But she's
put
like,
me up here.
he's like, I need to make these axes first, and he doesn't really take her seriously. But she throws these like kind of daggers into a
That was beast.
pillar, and he's just like, "Oh, okay, I should probably make this." Like she's a beast. So, I mean, just I would say that scene was kind of just setting up the next scene with them.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Arya just go nuts, like, and put everything that she's learned to the test. Because honestly, like, she battled like the Waif and everything a couple seasons ago during all that. But like, we haven't really seen her actually fight like an enemy since she's become a beast. So I'm ready for that.
Yeah, for sure. So next scene, we got Jaime and Bran meeting in the Godswood. So the first point I have here is Bran, cryptic as ever, not explaining what he is now, meaning like he's not really doing a great job of explaining that he's a three-eyed raven. And how could you really explain that in a short amount of time?
Yep.
You couldn't just be like, yeah, so I could see everything that's ever happened and everything that is happening right now. And they're like, how? And you're like, well, because I'm the three-eyed raven. It's really not a good way to do it. So I guess that's kind of a good thing. And I saw you wrote under here.
Yeah. So I think this scene right here kind of switched my mindset about Bran. Like we've always known he's a beast. Okay, we need this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm Bran and I'm just chilling here and I know everything, like literally know everything, I'm not really gonna try to explain much to these guys. I'm just gonna say, you just gotta believe me. Like, and as far as I'm concerned, they do. I mean,
It seems like it,
like,
yeah.
they're actually listening to him and everything. So if I'm him, I'm not even trying to waste my time saying how I know all this. I'm just saying, hey, this is happening. So let's deal with it. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Plus, we're running out of time, so I don't really care about how he's going to explain all this anymore. I don't really care about it anymore. So
Yeah. I mean, So the other thing that happens in this scene is Jamie asks Bran, like, why have you not told anyone, or why are you not going to tell anyone about what happened with us, like me pushing you out of a window? And, you kind of realize, like, nobody knows about this, that this happened. So it could add so many more drama points to what's happening in Winterfell and how Jamie could be kind of taken out of it because of that. But, Bran just kind of explains is all that has happened with them before is how they came to be where they are now. So that's kind of I would say the point of that scene. Yeah. Just kind of maybe to engulf every character in the show into one kind of general idea is like everything that has happened in the show before is like
what's for a reason.
Yeah, it was for the reason of being where they are now.
Yep,
is kind of the idea. So I guess that's kind of what I took away from it. I don't know if I was supposed to or not, but that's just what I saw. So
yeah, I mean that's what it is. So. And who's Beric? Beric, he should have said that to Beric, because how many times has he been like, "We're here for a reason."
Yeah.
Like everything we've done is for a reason. What reason? I don't know.
Well, maybe Beric was going to be there if he had been to Winterfell yet. But
that was a terrible impression of his voice. His voice is way too good to even try to copy.
No, you can't do it.
So, I shouldn't have even tried.
No. And Jorah, even you can't copy Jorah. Both their guys' voices. If you haven't really appreciated their voices, please do next episode because it's ridiculous. They're just
with all my heart. That's the best I got from Jorah.
All right, so next scene we have Tyrion and Jaime in the courtyard of Winterfell. So a couple of main points. I didn't like at first. I was like, maybe the scene isn't really that important, but. It actually kind of is because Jaime.
It shows that they're still bros.
Yeah.
After everything they've been through, and they've been on the opposite side for 2.5 seasons now, pretty much, at least. But they're just still tight, which is good because they need to be.
So Tyrion asks, "Is Cersei lied to me? Everything, is the baby even real?" And Jaime says, "The baby's real." I said, "I don't think it still is." I still don't believe it.
Still don't believe it.
You can't make me think otherwise. It's not a real thing. So you guys are all gonna suck one. So when
I think it's real. So we're gonna come back next episode, and she's just
showing
enormous.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, gotcha, there goes.
I don't care. Still not gonna believe it. She's wearing a pillow under there. So, so Tyrion brings back, that line of how he wants to die when he's talking to the.
Very good.
What was it? Good. He was talking to the clans of the Vale.
Owner. It was a slave owner.
No, it was the clans of the Vale.
Oh yeah.
And he's
the
like,
Knights of the Vale. Shagga, son of
Dolph.
No, who was it? Timett, son of Timett.
I don't even know.
That was one of the guys.
There was a lot of
those guys are like big characters in the books.
Really?
I mean, they were around for a while.
Really?
They're in King's Landing with him still and everything. Yeah.
Well, they're always kind of there, but they
they're still showing up to meetings.
They randomly say stuff, but that's how complicated the books are.
Yeah, the books get. Yeah.
But that whole line of at the age of 80 with a belly full of wine and a whore's mouth around my cock. That's what he says. So that's just a fantastic Game of Thrones line right there. But that like you said, it's just them kind of being back to what they were before.
Yep.
Is kind of what I'm taking away from that, I guess.
It was cool. Yeah, it's cool to see the relationship that they have again.
Yeah. So and then you have kind of just a observation that you had when they actually reached at the end of their conversation is the amount of dragon glass on top of the walls of Winterfell.
I noticed that right here, right away in this scene. But then later in the episode, there was another spot where they're on top of the castle, and I didn't see any dragon glass there. So I'm like,
oh really?
What's going on?
Okay.
Was this a little goof or?
Maybe it's just the front side or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they had little spikes on top of the wall, stuck in the snow, which was kind of cool. So hopefully it works.
Yeah.
I literally wrote that. Hope it works. So we'll see.
So next scene, we go to outside the gates with Brienne and Jaime. And Jaime we've kind of focused on Jaime so far this entire episode. And honestly, we kind of do, most of it. But it's just kind of showing you how important of a character he really is.
Yeah.
But So we go outside the gates with Jaime. He moves from that conversation with Tyrion and goes to Brienne. And, they have their little back and forth. And you can consider maybe there's a little bit of love between them. And, I've seen people kind of saying that they're, I guess, going to be a relationship that's important in the show. Like,
I could see
a romantic relationship is what I'm meaning.
Yep.
But, just a couple takeaways from the scene here. Pod is a beast fighter now.
Yeah, he wasn't even trying, honestly. He was just standing straight up, one-handed, casually deflecting this dude. I'm like, okay.
And you
got a little comb over now, big dude, gained some weight.
Yeah. Maybe that speaks to how good Brienne is to be able to teach him.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to show that, how much Brienne has really changed, but also she, how great of a, teacher she is.
They train every day, 1 hour in the morning and 1 at night, so.
Yeah.
It's a lot of training. Better be good now.
So, and then I guess next thing is that Jaime asked to be commanded by her. He's always been the commander of an army. He's always been the one that kind of ran the show, other than his father. But even though he was still a commander, but his father was the main guy. But Jaime has always been in command, and he asked to be commanded because he realizes that he's not as great of a fighter as he used to be. He's like, I don't have a hand, so. I'll let you run the show here.
This is a cool scene. It really says a lot about who Jaime is, and deep down, I always knew that he was a good guy. Mm-hmm. I think a lot of people were kind of rooting for him throughout the show, even when he was in King's Landing, and obviously everyone there just sucked. But
when he came back,
deep down, I knew
being
Jaime
a captor.
Yeah, it was from then on. We're kind of rooting for him. He gets his hand chopped off. It's all right, yeah, this he hasn't been great, but. He's just kind of taking some beatings here.
So. Oh, yeah. And it's... can you imagine losing your hand? Literally what you knew yourself, I guess. Literally everything that was Jaime Lannister was his right hand for how he... I guess how he was an incredible sword fighter and everything, and he just lost that. How can you not root for a guy after he lost that?
Yeah, that's tough.
So...
Heck of a comeback.
Oh, for sure. There was some ups and downs for sure, because he might have forced himself on his sister in front of his son's grave. But, we're not going to talk about that, so.
It's in the past, okay?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Everything that is in the past has brought you where you are now.
Boom.
Here we go. All right, so we go to the next scene. Jorah and Dany in her room is what I put. I don't know where she was. It's just kind of like a little hearth room.
Yeah, I don't know.
So.
Just a hallway?
Jorah, as for what Tyrion did to him back in Meereen, and it kind of was what would you advise me to do with Jorah? I advise you to kick him out again.
Yeah.
But, now Jorah's defending Tyrion because he truly believes that he's a great hand to Queen Daenerys. He really believes that he's the smartest person that, that can back her in the time after this war that they're fighting right now, or about to fight.
I think he is, too. I thought when she named Tyrion her hand, I was like, wow, these two are, this is probably the best duo that you can have. As far
absolutely.
As leader and a hand to him. This is it right here. We're going to win. But here we go again, Dany getting cocky.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on.
She's
I'm getting annoyed with
she's
this.
Questioning Tyrion because of what he's done in the past, but, what would she have done differently?
I don't know. I feel like she doesn't realize that Jorah, Tyrion, and God, I'm drawing a blank on all these names. Varys. Varys hasn't really done much, but the Onion Knight. What the hell? Davos. My God. It's even too many names for a guy who's seen it 7 times. Honestly, if she didn't have this crew backing her, I feel like she would be full-on Mad Queen by now.
Probably.
She literally would have destroyed King's Landing last season.
It would have been what happened in Yunkai.
She would have been killed by somebody by now.
It would have been what happened in Yunkai or no, it was Astapor. What happened in Astapor with Master Krasnus to get the Unsullied, it would have been that the entire time.
Yeah. How she just played him and killed him.
Yeah. She just kind of manipulated their way through it.
She literally would be Mad Queen, following her father.
Oh, absolutely. And it's,
she's lucky, but she doesn't realize it.
As Tyrion said, she knows herself. but she seems to be going back on that a little bit now, which I hope she. I mean, first of all, I hope she doesn't die, but I hope she realizes her being wrong there. She kind of did in that little war meeting that we're about to talk about, but it's important that she realizes that she can't do this herself. So Jorah, last thing he says, or I guess the last thing he implies, he doesn't even imply it. He just says, I have something that I'd like you to do. And then we're just like, on to the next scene. Dany and Sansa.
Here we go.
So I'd assume that he kind of suggested that. That's kind of like the easiest thing to assume there. So Dany and Sansa, they're talking. They're just, I guess, trying to find common ground between the two.
Which I'm glad they sat down and did this, I guess.
Yeah.
But
so families are complicated. Ours certainly have been. And I said, yeah, very.
That's a bit of an understatement there.
I mean, it's not. Jeez.
Okay. You think?
So she actually explains, like Sansa has always been of the opinion that Jon was the one that was manipulated by Daenerys because of his love for her. But Dany actually explains, I actually was manipulated by Jon because otherwise, why would I be here? Why would I be fighting in this war in the North when I didn't even know it was real and didn't believe him? And Sansa's like, oh, yeah, you're probably right.
I guess. I mean, it makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
So I'm like,
absolutely.
okay,
I mean, Dany did a great job there.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, they make a couple of short jokes at Jon Snow. That sucks for him.
Yeah. What's with all the short jokes all of a sudden?
I think that's like two. That's two in the last 2 seasons.
That's 2 this season.
Really?
When Arya met him, you used to be taller. When she first saw Jon again.
Damn.
Is that 2 in the first 2
episodes? That's 3 total
episodes?
in the last 2 seasons that Jon Snow has been.
What is?
I mean, let's be honest
What's
though,
up with that?
he is a pretty small dude in real life, but like, come on.
He definitely is, but okay.
Well, things are going great in this conversation. You're like, oh man, you know what? They might actually like
They might
each other.
team up here, right?
It's gonna be great. And then it just goes, nope, just a big old turn here. And it happens because Sansa's like, we want a free North, and Dany's just not really on board.
She's not
with that.
buying it.
I mean, so Sansa has a good point. She said that we gained our independence with my brother. For a reason. We were never planning on being governed by another king ever again, other than our own. And I was like, man, that's a pretty good argument.
Yeah,
You did that for a reason.
King of the North.
And hell yeah. And then Dany's like never really answers it. And honestly, you could say that a lot of people would like to have a king of the North again, but what's the point? Because it's always.
I don't know. I feel like happily ever after. Does Jon stay in the North or go to King's Landing with Dany?
I think he goes to King's Landing. But the thing is, it's
You
like
think?
in earlier seasons, they're like, I can't remember who said it, but they're like, Northerners don't like think like other people. They're so much by themselves. It's the North is so large that it doesn't even feel like you're governed by.
Isn't it? I think it's bigger than the other 6 combined.
Yeah. So it's like, do they really care who they're actually governed by? Because what is it really going to do? No one in King's Landing is actually going to come up to them.
They don't want to go up there anyway.
No.
Yeah.
So it's because it's so cold, because it's such a, I guess, like taboo area to go to. It's like, that's why they're so hesitant to like other people, because they've never seen other people.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. It's like Sansa's fighting for this thing that really nobody really cares about, honestly. Like, if you actually ask, not that I ever have, but like, if you would go ask like Northerners, like, would they really care? I mean, as long as they're noble to the Starks, and the Starks are the Wardens of the North, who really gives a shit at this point?
I think they're just too like loyal and honorable. They don't like having people in the South that they don't know trying to rule them, I guess. So they would rather they want to be ruled by someone they know, who is a Stark. Like, so I can't blame them for that. I mean, I wouldn't want like someone in South America telling us in North America what to do. And
you could say that's actually pretty accurate. I mean,
like that's almost,
or maybe like Central America. That'd probably be accurate enough.
I'm thinking size-wise and like distance. I don't know how big it actually is.
Yeah,
Who knows?
it's supposed to be a month of horseback to get from King's Landing to Winterfell.
I read somewhere on Reddit that from the top of the tower in Old Town, like the top of the Citadel, you can see the wall.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, no, you can't.
That ain't right.
That thing would have to be to the moon.
The wall, the wall is 750 feet high, is what they say.
It's like, that's huge, but you can't see it from the southern end of, like, this place is big.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's fake.
I don't believe that at all.
Whatever, little side note.
So, yeah,
Where are we at here?
We need it though. So Theon is back.
Theon's back.
So we leave this conversation because the Maester, I forgot his name. Maester.
Is this the big breastplate guy?
No, that's Waymar Royce. God, it's not Maester Lewin. That's
I
the
don't remember
original
seeing
guy.
the Maester.
Maester. Wow. People are listening to this
Is there a
saying you guys are
crescent?
idiots. So I mean, the guy that created the wheelchair for Bran, he comes in and interrupts the meeting and says, like, my lady, you need to see this. And then Theon's back. We see Theon back in Winterfell already, which I'm loving how, honestly, like, I'm loving how quick that happens.
Yeah, we're scooting along.
That's what we need.
I know.
So,
I think last season I was kind of questioning this, like, whoa, we're kind of speed traveling.
Mhm.
But I mean, there are literally 3 episodes left. Like, we don't have time to see Theon sailing on a boat.
I think the speed
Get him to
travel,
Winterfell.
the speed travel thing that gets me is when it happens the same time as, like, in the same episode. So, like, Daenerys getting a raven from Gendry at the wall
Yeah,
at
that
Eastwatch
was a
to
little
come and
sketchy.
save them.
That was a little sketchy.
In a day or
Dude,
something?
Gendry
No.
was booking it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That doesn't happen.
That guy ran like a 30-second mile
Yeah. So,
for 100 miles.
like, that's unrealistic. But, like, if we can accept that Jaime makes it to Winterfell from King's Landing at the end of last season,
And
to
he's
this
here
time.
2 episodes later.
yeah,
That's good.
and then Theon on a boat from King's Landing to Winterfell at the same time, that makes more sense because
Yeah.
it's literally like you're 2 different
You can't
ways
really
of travel.
pick that apart.
No.
You know?
Yeah, it's like you can't nitpick it for sure. So I love what they're doing now.
Yeah, I do. I do too.
But what I wrote here is just more Sansa kind of taking over what's going on. She
Mm-hmm.
just goes and hugs him, and then Dany's like, ask him a question. He's like, what's going on with Yara? And he's like, all right, she's back there. And then Sansa's like, oh, I missed you. Like, it's like Dany just doesn't really have what's going on again. She's kind of in the background, which is still like, I want to see if she like snaps, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. If
I don't
she
know
snaps,
why it's-
is it going to be at Jon though?
Probably.
I think she might snap at Jon. She kind of did for a second there. We'll get there.
Okay.
We're not there yet. I'm talking at the end, but of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
All right, then the next thing, Tormund, Ed, and Beric are back. They came in from Last
Yes.
Hearth, which we saw last episode, and they came on the horseback from the Night's Watch horses. And I guess the biggest thing here is the quote of how long do we have? And Tormund is like, before the sun comes up tomorrow. I can't do it. It's tough to do that. But
Yeah, another good voice.
yeah, another great voice. And then he's like, the big woman's still here.
Yeah, that's
Just
good.
wants
That's
Brienne.
good.
Wants Brienne.
Keep that running joke going.
I mean, honestly, like that's
I
all
like
It's just how long do we have till the Night King and his army reach Winterfell before the sun comes up tomorrow? That's what this scene was about. It's like everybody get freaking ready is what this was going
Yep.
on. That's kind of what's happening. So then because of this scene, because of this, shock to them saying like, this is how long we have, we go straight into the war meeting.
Absolutely. Why not? Why mess around?
John says his line from the trailer, which is like, our enemy does not tire. Our enemy does not wait out the night.
Enemy doesn't die.
So you get that going on with the Britishness, and then we out of nowhere. I mean, did you expect what's happening next? Bran explains the Night King's motivation.
I mean,
Whoa.
we're talking like the deepest thing in pretty much the whole show thus far, and we get it out in about 3 sentences. So
Yeah, everybody's just supposed to like accept what's going on. Like, I feel like it should have been a little bit more than that, but also,
endless night. I mean, that's yeah.
if it's as simple as this, then why go into it more? That's like the other way around. So Bran explains that the Night King wants an endless night, and he wants to erase the world of man, like completely eradicate the world of mankind. And they kind of go out of, I guess, an angle of this is like the only way that man can be truly erased is like the memory of man being erased as well. And Bran is the memory of man. Like he has seen everything that has ever happened and everything that is happening right now. So, like as Samuel says, you're the best place to start.
That's right.
So, and I would totally agree. But yeah, I mean, he just says, "I have a mark on me."
I guess I didn't really think of it as like he wants to erase the world's memory. Like that's kind of deep.
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't ever think of
what the Night King's motivation is. But I've always kind of thought like he doesn't want to go sit on the Iron Throne. Like this dude's gonna keep going. And he's not stopping.
I never thought that he would ever sit on the Iron Throne ever again.
Yeah.
I thought that if
people thought that he wanted to get the Iron Throne, I'm like, no, he doesn't. He doesn't care. About that.
The thing he cares about
is
just
wants to kill everybody.
Yeah, just creating an entire world of what he is.
I guess, yeah. If you want to take it a little bit deeper, then erase the world's memory. So, that's kind of sad.
Yeah,
that's pretty sad.
And you're literally fighting. but that puts even more weight onto the battle we're about to see. They're literally fighting for not just themselves, but every single person ever.
But then, okay, let's say he swoops all the way down, and then, for kicks and giggles, he takes over Essos too. What does he do when he's done? Everybody's dead, and he's just standing there. Yep, that's everyone.
I don't know. Maybe just
and what?
He just rests, I guess.
So in a way, I guess his motivation could go a little bit further for me. Like maybe that could be explained. Like what happens next?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you didn't really see Avengers, but like the thing that you could explain it by is like Thanos in Avengers. He wants to, I guess, get rid of half of all living beings in the galaxy and the universe by this like snap thing. And, once what he says that he wants to do after that, like what's the real thing that he wants to do is just rest. Like knowing that he has created a world that is perfect. A like utopia for every single person, something that every single person has everything they need, be it food or resources or anything, because there's not enough for each person in our world right now.
Yeah,
but like in his world, everybody had what they needed. So like for the Night King, I guess is you could maybe think of a similar way as like he just would rest. He would just be done. He would be happy with how he has created this like eternal night. And it's as simple as that.
Maybe there's not much more to it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I'm gonna be honest. I kind of like this motivation.
I
didn't think I would like a motivation if I heard it, but I actually do. So this is a great way to do
memory. That is.
It's the best.
I don't want to say it's cool, but it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like to think that you have that much power and you're gonna go for it to erase the world's memory.
That's nuts.
Good luck, man.
And that maybe that's why he took so long to get down south of the wall, because he was making sure that he wouldn't lose.
Yeah.
So
far so good.
Yeah, he's doing okay.
We'll find out.
So another thing that happens is everybody's starting to leave, everybody's starting to go their separate ways, and then Jon kind of leaves abruptly. Like Daenerys asks him a question, he's like, "Yeah," and I'm out. He just kind of leaves, and it's like awkward,
being a little weird.
Yeah, and then
I can't blame him.
Obviously, as viewers, we know why. We know why it's weird, because like they're related, but like Dany's like, "What the hell, man?" So
yeah. She's like, where you going?
But I think the most important thing, or I guess second most important thing, because clearly the motivation is most important, but Tyrion sits next to Bran at the end of this scene, and he's like, I want to know your story. Bran's like, it's a long story to tell, and he's like, if only we were locked in a castle with about to die. And I honestly, maybe I'm wrong, but I think that he learns something that is super important in this talk that we don't see.
I can see it. It's classic Tyrion, just kind of wanting to learn about this. Sit down, have a drink, and talk. What can we do?
Well, how good of a redemption would this be if he's done so many bad calls in the last
Yeah.
season. How great of a redemption would it be if he learned something from Bran that Bran hasn't realized, and he makes this play?
Kind of wins her back, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, Jorah kind of helps him, but
Yeah.
I mean, what if he makes a hell of a
Proves that
play
he's-
from just
proves that
this
he's
conversation?
worthy of still being her hand
Yeah, absolutely.
by just saying, yo, what if we tried this?
It just kind of really struck me as like, why did they cut this off like right now? I think it's because they don't want us to hear something so we can figure it out. They want Tyrion to be the one that figures it out.
And I think Bran just, he kind of knows it, but he doesn't know, like, military strategy or anything. So how is he going to, he's not really going to tell them how to defend Winterfell right now. Like, he didn't really tell them what to do. He's just saying, yo, this is what's happening, so you
that's why
you guys need to figure it out.
That's why Jaime was so important to have, because he knows all these battle type deals, and Tyrion, like he says in previous seasons, he knows people.
Yeah.
And I think that he can learn something very important from this talk.
He learned the Night King's motivation, and he knows people, so he might be able to guess the Night King's next move
Maybe.
right there.
Maybe. I mean, I hope so.
That'd be sweet.
Maybe the Night King isn't even at Winterfell. Maybe he's, going somewhere else.
I try not to read anything, but I did see that the Night King's not going to be here.
Yeah, dude, I've been seeing that
next episode.
forever. Yeah. I feel like you'd said
I
that
saw
a
it,
while
like,
back.
I saw it, like, creep up on, I think, like, suggested articles or whatever on when I opened Google.
Oh, really?
It's, like, all Game of Thrones stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Then it said, here's why the Night King won't be at Winterfell or something. I'm like, stop it. Just let me wait.
Yeah, for sure. It's like going to be an awful week here, but not sure why I use this word, but Jon, Sam, and Ed atop the wall. I don't know why I use the word atop.
You've been watching Game of Thrones.
Yeah, atop.
That's how they would speak.
So, what the hell moment here? Ghost is just there, but no one even says anything. At least give us like a hey, Ghost, or something.
Hey, Ghost. To me, Ghost.
Yeah, like give us a little bit. I mean, maybe he's petting him. I don't care. It's like
He's just in the background. Like,
it's like they.
I guess Dany is not wearing him, so that's good.
Yeah,
That was my takeaway.
Well, it's like did they forget to use him and then like,
He's
crap,
gonna
we gotta
come
throw him in.
He's gonna come out of nowhere and just eat some whites.
I think so. I think he's
Hopefully
got to
he
make a
doesn't get
play.
killed in this battle.
So,
oh, man.
Kind of sucks for Ed with a little virgin joke at him, because Jon and Sam both getting down with the ladies, and then Ed's just kind of Night's Watch material still. So, I guess there you go.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what that was about.
But he gives us that line of what happened in was it season 3, episode 8, The Watchers on the Wall.
When he says this,
Yeah, and he's like, when Mance Rayder's army is coming, he's like, last man left, burn the rest of us. So
yeah, I don't remember him actually saying that, but I do like how they kind of bring up a couple of Night's Watch references this episode, which is cool.
because
They're honestly the only ones left, are they?
I mean, there's more couple Night's
Just
Watch
kind of
people,
random
but
dudes in the background.
yeah, but I mean, nobody really important. But Ed is
from like the OG Night's Wall squad.
yeah, because
This
Jon
is it.
isn't in the Night's Watch anymore because of him literally dying, and then because his watch ended because of that.
He already gave his life.
And Sam is technically trained to be a maester. He just hasn't quite got it to the wall yet. So, but like honestly, after this, the wildlings are south of the wall. The dead will be defeated.
There's nobody left at the wall.
No Night's Watch is needed.
Yeah.
So that gives me a reason that Ed is gonna be dead. Because
Ed's dead.
we don't need Ed. Yeah,
Like Zed's dead.
yeah. Zed's dead from Pulp Fiction.
Yep.
Love it. So, next scene we go to the beginning of the group scene in the hall. We keep adding people throughout the episode, but
This
starts
is very
out.
cool. I love this part.
This is the best.
Oh,
This is the best
so
thing that
cool.
happens. I mean, all the little conversations we have during this are incredible.
Yeah,
So
they're great.
first one we have is Jaime and Tyrion, talking about the journey of how they got there, what their father would think if he could see them now, and how kind of weird he would think this all is. But then I guess that's really all that's important from there. But then more and more people coming in. So we got Brienne and Pod come in next, and Tyrion's like, "You want a drink?" And Brienne's like, "Don't do that, Pod." And he's like, "A little bit."
She's like, half cup.
Yeah.
Tyrion just overflows it.
Overflows
Love
it.
it.
Pod's like, yes,
Classic.
here we go.
Pod's
Loves
look he gives him, he's like, yep, I got you.
Now, Mama
bro.
Brienne tells Pod half cup.
Yep.
Nice.
Mama Brienne.
Oh, I love it. And then, they're just kind of talking and stuff, and then we got Tormund and Davos coming in. And kind of a weird duo to me. I don't know why, but kind of weird. And then we get this incredible line from, or I guess a little monologue from Tormund. It's how he got the name Giantsbane. What do you think of this?
Yeah, I heard like stories of, or I guess we heard stories of how he got that name. And I was like, yeah, whatever. These are some wildlings just saying whatever they want. But I kind of believe it, honestly. Is this true? Are we supposed to think this is true?
Yeah, I think so.
Like, I could totally see this.
Yeah.
Out of anyone in the show that's left right now, Tormund would be the guy that I would say, yeah, he probably did that.
Killed a giant, slept with his wife, suckled at her teat for 3 months.
when he was 10 years old.
Yeah. And that's how he got so strong.
I'm like, all right, well,
Giant's milk.
whatever,
and
man.
Then he just downs this horn of...
I'd say probably down half of it. The rest is in his beard.
Yeah. So my mom said, she saw something on Facebook saying that they actually filmed this scene and he's literally chugging milk in it.
Chugging milk?
Yeah, he's actually just chugging milk in it. And like,
I thought it was beer. Or supposed to be beer.
No,
or whatever.
It's
or
literally,
ale.
it's supposed to be Giant's milk.
Oh, that's what he was actually drinking?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just having ale. Just
So,
'cause they're just getting drunk.
He's just chugging milk in this scene when they were actually acting it out.
I want his cup, though. I need to get one of them.
They sell them on
His big
Touch of
horn.
Modern. At Touch of Modern, sponsor us. Next scene. The maybe most controversial scene.
Ooh.
I mean, as you could probably guess.
Whatever.
Arya and Gendry. And, we get that scene from the trailer that we were looking a little bit too far into with Arya pulling the bow back.
Yeah, Connor's like, who's she going to kill?
And I was like, I don't know, a bunch of people.
How about a chunk of wood?
Yeah, she's just
Her
shooting
target.
at nothing. So, that kind of sucks.
That's why I don't watch the trailers, dude.
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Dude, I
Don't
watched
make me try to guess a bunch of crap.
I watched the
when she's
trailer
just
and I was
practicing.
like, okay, it gets me hyped for the next one.
Yeah.
I watched the inside the episode. Don't ever watch that.
Dude,
So many people are saying freaking dumb theories about
tired of
what these people, what Dan and Dan are saying on these inside the episodes, and they should not be out yet. That's what I'm saying. I don't remember inside the episode being out during like season 5 after each episode when I was watching it. I remember it being like on my rewatch, so I was like, okay, I might want to watch this to understand what's really happening.
Yeah.
But they keep adding things that people are taking so seriously. Like the first episode, they were like, only Targaryens can ride dragons. And you're like, oh, well then Dany should know because she knows this. And it's like, you know what? Just don't
I just
go
want
into
to watch
it.
the show.
Watch the show. Maybe watch a couple scenes from the next episode because they're so out of context. You don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
we got a picture of Theon pulling back a flaming arrow. Look how wrong we were about Arya the last time. So it doesn't matter. Like, don't.
This is where these previews of the episodes and all this stuff, like, I hate watching it because I feel like an idiot trying to compare. I don't want to compare Game of Thrones to Walking Dead. Okay, I feel like I keep bringing up Walking Dead on these podcasts.
Yikes.
But I mean, come on. Do you remember watching The Walking Dead? They would do next episode, and you're like, "Oh my god, this is gonna be just the greatest thing of all time."
Yeah, and then it
Like,
just
look at all
disappoints
this action. This is gonna be an hour of craziness. We watch it, nothing happens. Like,
And then-
literally nothing happens.
See, the only thing with
I'm like,
that
this is
compared to Game
bull.
of Thrones,
They are lying in these trailers.
yeah,
Absolutely lying.
the only thing compared to Game of Thrones is that Game of Thrones actually has great episodes the next time.
That's right.
But yeah, you're
course.
right. I mean, it's so
The-
out of
the
context.
trailers are
You're
just-
supposed to think that this is so insane. Obviously, we know next episode is going to be insane. But like,
Movie trailers
Just
these
don't-
days too are just getting ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's like it's not even close. Everything you see in the trailer in a movie, this is a little out of context too. They show the whole movie in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing else matters outside the trailer.
or they show fake stuff. In the last
They
like
do.
Marvel stuff, they show
They
fake
literally
stuff.
they have the actors say extra lines and everything just for the trailers.
Yeah.
Like things like "I'll find you," like all that
Yeah.
crap. Just ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care about the trailers.
And we're back to Game of Thrones. Arya and Gendry. Think what you want. You know,
Ow! Oh.
and Banjo had to pee, so he's outside now. That's why he just clawed with him. But all right,
That hurt.
Ari and Gendry, you know what? A lot of negativity, a lot of different people saying a bunch of different things about it. I'm sure you saw what Sophie Turner said on Easter, on her story on Instagram.
Yeah,
that was kind of funny.
okay. Yeah.
But you know what? A couple details from it. He gives her the weapon. Pretty much a letdown on what that weapon was. Thought it was gonna be cool, just a spear. Thanks a lot, people. Thanks for hyping that up.
I might have said I told you so, but I don't know.
Well,
Doesn't
you
matter.
would be saying "I told you so" now if you were gonna say it.
Okay, I did that wrong, but yeah, I told you so.
All right, fair enough. You know what? You're right. So
No Darth Maul.
So she asks him about, what happened to him after the Brothers Without Banners took him essentially prisoner. And he kind of tells her what happened with the Red Woman and the leeches and like how he was with her and just kind of what happened. And then he explains why he wanted her, and that's because he's Robert Baratheon's bastard. He was an heir.
Why she wanted him. Yeah. You said why he wanted her.
Oh yeah, my bad. So
Yeah, you're
why
Just clarifying.
why Melisandre wanted
His blood.
Gendry is because of his blood and because he was the rightful heir before Joffrey.
Yeah.
He had king's blood. That's the reason. And then Arya's like, well, okay, you were with the Red Woman, how many more? And he's like, 3 total now. And then she's like, let's get it on. And then they do that.
the last bullet point of the scene, Grodness wrote, "They do it." What are you, Michael Kelso? Are we gonna do it?
We did it. And then
We did it.
Fez, I did it.
I want to do it.
Hey man, I mean, you want me to write more in depth than that? I don't really need to. She's got some scrapes on her, or she's got some cuts
Yeah,
on her, and he's
yeah.
like, "What's going on there?" And they don't explain it, and then, yeah, that's what happened. So a lot of people were pissed off.
They do it.
I'm tired of what people said on this. Everybody can just shut up. It's part of Game of Thrones. You're gonna see this type of stuff. If you are a true fan, then you understand why this is important. This is their last night, probably in this world. Maybe this is the reason they did this is because they're both gonna die. So, you know what?
Honestly, I'm surprised we didn't have more of these scenes. Just anybody like, hey, this might be it.
Yeah,
How did this not happen more?
yeah.
Like Jaime and Bran. I mean,
Why did
you
that
know
not
what?
happen?
Jaime and Bran, like, wouldn't have been surprised. Tormund
Mm-hmm.
might have hopped in there.
Mhm.
Who knows?
Pod's got to do something probably, but
Sansa and Theon.
well, I mean, what are
I
you
can see it.
What are you gonna do there? Like Theon's just like a
Hey, Grey Worm. Do what you got to do.
little, yeah.
Who knows?
I don't know. Maybe Sansa's like a lesbian.
Behind the scenes.
I don't know. I don't know, man. We're just making stuff up as we go. So we're back in the Great Hall. Here we go.
We're back again.
So I wrote Tyrion the Optimist.
Good for him.
I don't know. Like he just kind of seemed like he was like, you know what? He actually said he was like, maybe we live, or I think we'll live, is what he said.
He's kind of laughing and pretty drunk, but
Yeah. But what I wrote here, did you write that or did I write that?
I think I added it. But yeah,
Bran might have told him something good. Maybe Tyrion knows a little hint of something.
this might confirm that he knows something new that he could use. Hopefully he doesn't pull a Sansa and wait till everyone's just about dead and then save them. Good God.
Fair enough, yeah. That was kind of dumb. If you really think about it, the Battle of the Bastards could have been a lot easier.
Oh my God. What was up with that?
Like, hey,
Come on,
John,
Sansa.
you have the Knights of the Vale. Just wait like maybe 30 minutes.
Like honestly.
Like, come on, man. What are you doing?
Oh man.
So
Don't do that, Tyrion. If you know something, just tell him.
then we get the knighting of Brienne, the first female knight of the Seven Kingdoms. It's the name of the episode.
This was so cool. Love this part.
We actually get them knighting somebody. We haven't had that before. Like what the words that they use are for it,
Yep.
and it was just a really cool thing. And I mean, you just see Brienne actually kind of finally actually break down. I don't think I've ever seen her smile like that, have we?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, it was like
she gets a little teary.
it was like a completely different Brienne. Like she's so like hardened and so battle ready for every moment, and then like suddenly she was just like beaming. So like that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was great. Beast moment. That was the bullet point I added.
Nice.
Beast. It was a beast moment.
Sick.
I mean, and Jamie doing it for her, like that was.
Yeah.
Couldn't have written that out any better.
Everybody drunkenly claps after. It's a little round of applause going on.
Then Tyrion just confirms it. Brienne of Tarth, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
Sir Brienne of Tarth. Is that weird to you that she's a sir?
See, I thought when Tyrion, so he said that first right away, which kind of started this whole thing. But I thought that he meant sorry, as in like you're not a guy.
So did I. But sir meaning not S-I-R, but S-E-R.
He was actually meaning, he was meaning S-E-R, but then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, you're not a knight. Which, I mean, he wasn't trying to
I was just thrown off.
Yeah.
I was thrown off. It's just like you.
But Good thing we had Tormund's wildling background there going like, wait, why aren't you a knight? Like, what's up with this?
Mm-hmm. And then
So
Jamie kind of clicks, and he's like, well, I can do it.
He's like, wait, yeah, let me do it.
So.
And he kind of she almost didn't want to at first, which that's just kind of who she is. But eventually they're like, no, get over here.
Mm-hmm.
You deserve it. So.
But yeah, I mean that was an incredible scene.
Good stuff.
Love it. So we jump to Jorah and Sam in the yard. It's dark now. Everybody's pretty much getting ready for the battle. Everybody's getting geared up. Everybody's got their sweet stuff on. Talking to Lady Mormont. He's trying to like tell her to stay inside, and she's like, "Hell no."
Get
she doesn't
inside.
actually do that. But
I mean, come on, get inside, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
She's not gonna do much.
Dude, is it bad to say that I hope that little girl dies?
No, I wouldn't be sad.
She's
like
kind of
Jorah
annoying.
Even if she does, it's not like Jorah's gonna be that devastated, right? Like he doesn't even know her.
Is anybody really?
She's just kind of there to think she's smarter than she is. That's it.
Yeah, it's kind of annoying. So either fix her or kill her. All right, so Jorah.
That's pretty much where we're at. We're running out of time, so figure it out.
So we got Jorah Sam giving Jorah Heartsbane, his family sword. It's Valyrian steel. Question here: why can Sam not lift it? Valyrian steel is lighter than real steel.
Because it's Sam.
Still though,
he's a bum.
Is he that much of a little bitch? Come on, man! You can't lift a sword.
Dude,
how'd you carry it down the stairs?
He's not gonna do anything with that sword.
Still, the thing is huge. What is Jorah gonna do with it? Did you notice how big the hilt was? It was like 4 hands deep.
Massive.
What are you gonna do with that?
Huge thing.
You're gonna hit some hooks.
Dude,
with
I
that
think Sam with that sword would have been even worse than Bran with the little dagger. Like Bran would have been better off with that dagger.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Sam would have been with this sword.
Yeah, I agree. It's terrible.
Like, I'm glad he gave it up. So.
Where do you think Sam's gonna be in the battle? Yeah, I can't see him being in the front
lines. He's not gonna be out there.
I can't see him being outside the gates.
He keeps saying he should be, which, he's got a decent resume, but I mean, come on.
He got lucky both times. He killed a
he
White
can't
Walker
be
because he stabbed him in the back without him paying attention, and then he killed a Thenn because the Thenn was walking towards him and he shot him with a crossbow in the face. Like, mistakenly shot him. So, like, come on, man, you're not that cool. So, Samuel Tarly.
And he's laid with Gilly more than once, too.
Beast guy there.
So
breaking
he should be out there.
Not technically breaking his vows, though, according to him. So, yeah, gives Jorah Heartsbane, which we saw in the trailer again. But yeah, that's pretty much about it from there. And we're back in the Great Hall for the fourth time? Third time?
Third time in the notes, but who knows?
Yeah, I think
third time.
I think it's the third time. Third and final time. So, did you write this?
Yes. Sorry,
I was saying I didn't write that.
Yes, I didn't write. Grotonus watches it before me, so he kind of summarizes it. Then I just add points. But anyway, at this point, second time I watched this, at this point I'm like, all right, seriously, where is Varys?
Yeah.
Why isn't
this would be a fantastic scene for him.
Varys would have been perfect in this crew. He would have been great. I mean, at least like be next to Tyrion. Like at least be sitting there next to Tyrion.
Yeah.
Where is he?
He's an advisor. He is with Davos and Tyrion in the first episode. Where is he in this episode?
This guy is way too smart, way too good. I just love hearing him. love hearing him talk. Like, we need this guy.
Yeah.
I said this last episode, but seriously. Is he just kind of creeping around and like?
I mean,
Is
we
he
see
like
him in the
low-key?
crypts.
Is he just like DMing Melisandre right now? Like,
Maybe. I mean, dude, I don't know.
hey, he's like, yo, if you're coming, like, you gotta hurry up and get here.
What do we like? What could he be doing?
What's he doing?
I mean, he's not getting prepared to fight. So what is he really doing right now, other than just like,
This guy's too
chilling.
smart not to be involved with what's going on here.
or at least too good of a character to leave out of this kind of scene?
Yeah,
Like,
he better be doing something good right now.
that's probably the first thing
I mean,
that
I
I've
got-
really questioned them on, like on what they've done in these 2 episodes. Like,
Yeah.
where is Varys? Now that you're actually noticing that.
I mean, he's always been one of my favorite guys, and I'm just like, he's got to. I feel like the more we're gonna just leave him out, the bigger role he needs to play.
Yeah. Well,
Like,
so
he better pop up and do something huge.
good thing is, with him not being in the storyline right now, maybe that means he lives this episode.
Yeah, I mean, if they all of a sudden throw him in there and he gets killed, and be like, okay, come on.
Then what is he alive for?
They're
What
not
was
gonna-
that whole meaning for what
Yeah.
Melisandre told him? You know, there's a lot of things.
Yep.
It's like
There's
if you
so
want to
much
look
left
through
with him.
if you want to look through like storyline on, you know, what you think is going to happen next episode or something like that, you could look at Brienne being knighted as her kind of final end of the story arc, and she's gone. Jaime knighting Brienne and him being gone. There's a lot of
Yep.
things that you can look at, like on how a storyline is actually working for each character, and thinking like they're done, or they've got more to, they've got more to show us.
I think we still have so much left with Varys.
Oh, for sure.
I need to see it.
And you know what? I'm surprised we haven't seen anything yet.
Yeah.
So to kind of finalize this huge meeting that they've had in the Great Hall, is Pod singing, and this pretty much like finishes off the episode for us. It gives us this montage of how everybody gets ready for battle, and you get like Sansa and Tyrion just being together and eating, like just enjoying their last moments like that. You get Arya and Gendry scene flashback with them sitting together in bed. You get a couple other things just quick, but like with people running around and stuff. But then we use this as a segue to Jon and Dany. But the first question is that I wrote on here: is that how he got the whores to allow him not to pay them?
When we first saw this one Sunday night, this crossed my mind. I was like, you know what? I think this has to be it. Like, as soon as he starts singing, I'm like, all right, this guy's a good singer.
Mm-hmm.
So this has to be it. This is the only explanation.
I think this is a
There's no-
cop out by them. I think this is them being like, okay, this is what this is. We'll give you something that you might think that's why. But I still, I
I don't
honestly
know if that
think
many
he
people
did something.
thought of this though, as like connecting it back to that.
Probably no one, or I bet a lot of people did.
You think?
I saw a lot of people, but like, I don't want to say that's what it is, because that's too easy.
I'm saying right now that's all we got.
Yeah, that's the only thing we can.
I would rather have it just be a secret though. I think it was better like that, just with no explanation at all. It just kind of leaves it empty-handed.
But see, the thing is,
for the
like,
people.
Tyrion, if Tyrion had known, like, because he was like, all right, we'll pour you some wine, tell us every detail of what happened and why, back when this happened originally.
Yep.
But then he seems surprised when he's singing. So, if Tyrion had known why, then
True.
why would he be surprised to hear him
I
sing?
guess I didn't notice that he was surprised.
He was kind of like,
I didn't really catch that.
or I guess he was caught off guard from him starting singing. Maybe that means he was like, all right, I didn't notice you were about to sing, but like, he asked somebody to sing, so why would he be surprised? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
he
I
should
don't
be
know.
surprised for some other reason, and that's probably because Pod is very good. But if he already knew that, then why would he be? It's kind of my question.
I don't know.
So
Maybe we'll never know.
I bet we won't.
I have a feeling we're never gonna know.
So then we go, we use that, like I said, we use that as a transition down to Jon in the crypts, and Dany. We get like a little cool shot behind Dany looking at Jon, and he's standing in front of Lyanna Stark's grave, and he tells her the story of like who he truly is, but also who Rhaegar truly is. Like, she
Yep.
should be.
Everybody thought that He raped Lyanna.
Yeah, but I mean, he didn't. Jon explains that Danny that didn't happen, and that honestly should be something that should make her believe. Like, she's heard so many great things about him. Why would he have done this to Lyanna Stark? But like, she should believe Jon just based off that, like, because it makes more sense than him just turning and being such a bad person.
Well, I think she does believe him when he tells her, like, I'm Aegon Targaryen. Like, right away, this kind of goes back to the whole Bran thing of, like, we're kind of not worrying about the explanations here, more of just, like, he knows it, so that's the way it is, which is fine, like I said. But they pretty much believe him right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Jon believed it when Sam told him, and now she believes it.
Yeah, she kind of questioned, like, Bran and Sam told you this, and he's like, yeah, and she's like, oh, okay then. Like, I don't know why that was, like, so easy, but...
Well, I think at first she's like, your best friend and your brother told you this.
Yeah, but...
I don't know. But she's just more worried about her throne.
Yeah, that's the biggest takeaway from this. She doesn't care about... She doesn't ask, well, what does this mean for a relationship? Like,
no,
what does this...
she doesn't care.
Not even... I don't think she is worried about... Excuse me. I don't think she's worried about, them being related. I don't think that's a big issue to her. I think it's, like, what should be an issue is, what does this mean for you and I? I literally just said that I love you and you love me earlier in this episode. Why is it not an issue that immediately, what are we going to do next for us? But she's just like, so you have a claim to the Iron Throne, like, pretty much, will you go against me? It's like all she cares about.
I don't think Jon cares about his claim. He doesn't care.
I don't think he does. No. I mean, why? It seems like he's such a reluctant leader in general. So
she was the one that brought it up too. Like, he could have easily said, "Hey, yo, I'm the king.
Yeah,
check this out." But he didn't. All he did was say who he is,
exactly,
what his name is, and that's it. He's like, "Hey, before we die, you should know this."
Pretty much.
Like, I'm gonna go fight the Night King now. So
yeah. I mean,
she's like, "Wait, the throne." But it doesn't matter.
Like, hey, lady,
it does not matter.
You got 100,000 dead people outside. Calm down. Let's get through tonight. Not even like, let's get through a week. Let's get through tonight.
Are they going a little crazy with Dany just wanting the throne? I feel like they're just getting a little out of hand with this. Like, I get that her character is like, that's what she's wanted her whole life, and that's what her whole storyline is boiled down to, is getting her throne back. They're just getting a little too intense with it for me.
Well, maybe they're setting it up.
I'm ready for it to be done.
Maybe because of this, she goes full Mad Queen, and
I don't know. At this point, I would not be surprised. I think I've said that before, but I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that.
I mean, it still bugs me because, like, the only reason her storyline is available then, if she dies in this next episode, is because she gave them the Dothraki and the Second Sons. The Second Sons aren't even there. Dothraki are the only ones there.
Only Unsullied.
All right, yeah, sorry, the Unsullied.
Yeah.
Like, what? Okay. So that's the only reason she was in the entire show, to bring these two armies there in Season 8? I can't believe that they were thinking that far ahead, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I could see it.
So, like, there has to be more to her storyline than her just dying next episode. That's why I think...
I don't know, man.
And we got to get more drama. We got to get more drama between the two, because they can't just be like...
Yeah, it is drama.
This is a show, people. We need to see more.
That's true.
But we're obviously going to get a lot of people.
And of course, Jon's
killed.
like, "What? I'm the king. You said I'm the king." All he hears is,
he's
like, that's all he hears.
He's like,
that was
White
supposed
Walkers.
to be the three horns being blown.
He's like, the dead are here. That's all he hears.
He's like, "What? Yeah, I'm the king. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
We got White Walkers,
so
let's go."
White Walkers arrive with the army of the dead. We see 1 million White Walkers. Holy crap! There are so many White Walkers. Do you believe that these are all Craster's sons? I mean, that's the only thing we can think that they are.
The White Walkers? Craster's sons?
Yeah, because we see that scene in the Land of Eternal, or Land of Always Winter is what it's called.
I didn't know he was making that baby into a White Walker.
Yeah,
I thought he was just turning it.
From what we know, I guess from things that I would assume are right, is like he is turning every one of Craster's sons into these White Walkers.
I honestly didn't even think about it that way. I thought the whole White Walker thing was there was a point where supposedly the Night King was standing and there were 12 White Walkers with him.
And I think he was just adding to
and
it,
like
is what I
Bran
thought.
Stark is supposed to be like the 12th Bran Stark and all this, some kind of connection there. You remember that?
I
Have you
remember
seen
that
anything
theory,
about that?
but I
I
didn't never
thought
buy
it was
into
more
it.
about like the White Walkers had to do with the Starks. I didn't.
I
Really
think
of
it's
them
just the
as
Night
Craster's
King
sons.
might be a Stark, is the idea behind that. Not even it could
I
be
don't know.
Bran is what like people are thinking, but like it's just he was a Stark because he was part of the first men. So,
I don't know.
but I think that
It could be
Craster's
Craster's
sons
babies,
were.
yeah. I mean, has he been doing that for that long? Like,
Well,
how
he-
old are these White Walkers?
He had 100. He just had his 100th son, and none of them were there.
Yeah, but like, how old are they though? Like,
Maybe they aged
That
different. Dude,
White
I don't know. I don't know the genetics of White Walkers.
is this little baby just start growing a beard right there?
Maybe, man.
Whoa,
You never know. Maybe they age differently.
old zombie baby.
Maybe he's just like, just gets huge right away.
100-year-old zombie baby.
Maybe they have a. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not even gonna make it stupid.
I don't know. I guess I
assessment.
never thought of it as Craster's sons. I thought he was just literally turning them into whites.
And then what's the point of going through all that just to bring a baby back? Like that's why, like,
Just cause.
okay.
'Cause-
Either way. So
well, Craster was sacrificing him so that way the Night King wouldn't kill him. It was like a truce, I guess, or a deal that he had. Otherwise, Night King would have just came and wiped that whole fort out.
yeah, but what is he using? Why did he care so much about the sons? Why did he care about the 100th sons, or the 100 sons that he gave him? Like,
I
why
don't
would he have
know,
made that
dude,
deal?
I don't
It's
know.
like,
I never thought about that.
dude, they better give us more of that.
Jeez.
All right. So yeah,
Well,
you
well,
wrote
hang on.
John. Is that
one more thing
okay.
about that? So if he only did it with the sons, there was one point where one of the Lord Commanders of the Night's Watch wed a White Walker. There was like a lady White Walker that he like hooked up with.
Nice. That he hooked up with. Nice.
Well,
Okay.
wed or whatever you
Yeah.
want to call it.
Yeah.
I don't
okay.
know. Was with, and they like were beyond the wall together. Have you heard about that?
I think I have.
That might
I
have
think
been
you
in the
explained
books.
that to me
I
one
can't
time.
remember.
But
I'm pretty sure they talked about it in the books, but I can't remember if it was like a theory.
I mean, as dumb as
about the show,
as
but
dumb as
I don't know.
I'm about to sound here is that they're just not going to do it in the show because they haven't shown us anything yet. If they had shown us that wedding, then maybe they'd do it.
Yeah, I don't know. There was a lot of White Walkers there at the end of this episode.
I guess that's the only thing. But like, dude,
Where are they from though?
I always
Yeah.
like you
haven't
said.
seen that
I
many.
thought there were only 12
That's
or
true.
so,
Yep.
or maybe we've seen like 6 at a time that aren't blurry. But like, suddenly it looks like there was like 50 in a row right there, at least.
That would suck.
So, dude, this is about to get real.
That would suck.
This is gonna be brutal next episode.
Dude, I'm gonna be honest. I've pretty much been Team Night King since about halfway through season 7.
It
dude,
still bugs
honestly.
me that you are.
I'm not saying I want him to win, but like I still don't see it. They are not gonna win this.
They're just
season.
not gonna-
They are not gonna win.
They're not
this.
gonna end it like that though. They're not gonna just be like, all
don't-
right, yeah, long
don't know.
night actually just stays the long night.
I don't
Yep,
know,
See
dude.
you,
I just-
ladies.
I'm not saying that's how I want it to be, but I still have not seen any reason why the Night King is gonna lose.
Okay.
Have you?
I hope I see something next episode.
Okay, me too.
But
I'm
you're
just
right. I
saying. I'm
haven't
just
seen
being
anything.
real about this. Like, I'm not gonna be surprised
Dude.
if the Night King just dominates.
Night King doesn't have a dragon.
This guy
I think
is.
we're good.
This guy is set right now.
Danny has 3 dragons right now. I think you're in good shape.
3?
If Danny did.
Oh yeah. No, I
But
mean
yeah, no. We're not in good
Ever
shape.
since he's got Viserion, I mean that dude, he's set. He's in good shape.
Man, it's depressing to think of how many people are going to die next episode.
There's gonna be so many.
Okay, so we're going to get into our did not see that coming moment. Widom, what did you not see coming?
Yeah, so I guess I did not see that coming moment was technically supposed to be like something in the show that happened that you did not see coming. But as I was thinking about it, I did not see. I don't know how to say this, but we didn't see Cersei at all or King's Landing in this episode.
Mhm.
I guess I did not see that coming.
Mhm.
If that makes sense. Like, why didn't I don't know. I wasn't going into this like, nah, I doubt we'll see Cersei. What?
Mhm.
But no Cersei, no Euron, no Bronn, no Qyburn, no King's Landing, nothing. So
I think we're going to see
what are they
Bronn
doing?
later after the battle. Just because of his mission, he's like taking a while to get there.
Yep.
But
I don't know. That was kind of surprising at the end of the episode. I'm like, wait, we didn't even
yeah,
even
it's
see
like
any of
the
them.
whole episode was like kind of gearing
It was just all Winterfell.
for the battle, and then it just only
Literally all Winterfell. But I think this is, I want to say going into season 7, I saw a stat where like up to that point in the show, there were only like, I want to say maybe 6 or 7 episodes that did not show King's Landing. So this is like very rare.
Mm-hmm. Or
That we
even
didn't see.
episodes that didn't show Cersei.
Yeah. Because I mean, there was ones where you might not have seen, I don't know, other characters.
Yeah, I mean, there's episodes
But
with
they're
just like
they
one
literally always
storyline.
show something going on in King's Landing. So
Yeah,
it's pretty
Interesting.
rare. I was like, wow, we're boiling it down, but apparently we don't need Cersei for a whole episode, even though she's like a pretty big character.
Kind of, a little
So,
bit.
I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, I agree. So my did not see that coming moment is, I guess Arya's sex scene. I mean, as heated as I just got about it, but like, I didn't think that it would go that far. I thought like before the battle, Arya would like kiss Gendry, and that's like all we would get. Like I knew that
Yeah.
there would be some
There'd
type
be
of
something.
relationship. Like
They
we
were
were
setting
gonna
it
see
up.
something, but like, or maybe like her closing a door and like us implying that like this is what is about to happen, but like full on, didn't think that would be happening.
Yep.
So
Well,
think what you want about that. I'm gonna say that again, but you know what? If you think it's not Game of Thrones and it's annoying, then just shut up. So, all right. So we're gonna do or I guess one of our last things here is you get to pick one thing that you want to happen next episode. What would it be?
well, I want to say my prediction first.
Oh, what?
You skipped the
Oh,
predictions.
my bad. All right, prediction
All right,
for the next
prediction.
episode. Keep going.
Here's my prediction. Jaime, sorry, buddy, gets killed by a White Walker. I mean, he said it himself. He's not the fighter he used to be.
Yep. Dude
You know,
sucks
kind of
now.
his last like honor. You know, he kind of died honorably and with a heart by doing the right thing. Came out to Winterfell to help. Knights Brienne kind of brings that relationship back together and everything. And he's a good dude. He's a good dude right now. But sorry, man, he's gonna get taken out. That guy can't fight. That guy's a bad fighter right now. But here's a little bit bolder part of that. Brienne's gonna see it, like it's gonna be like over her shoulder. She's gonna look back, like no, one of those, and go kill the White Walker with the sword that Jaime gave her.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna avenge him.
He's gonna like.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Pretty what do you want to call it? Specific, I guess. But that's the whole point. Hope I'm right. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Even though I want Jaime to make it. I like Jaime.
Yeah. Even if it doesn't happen that way, maybe it's flip flopped.
Ooh. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't be mad either way.
I would. Yeah.
So
Oh well.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
What do you think?
my prediction for the next episode. If the Night King stays in Winterfell, because
I
we
think
see all these,
I think we're gonna see him. He's gonna be there.
we see all these things, going on with everything on the internet, saying he ain't gonna be there. But I hope he is, and my prediction is that the Night King is wounded, or at least like maimed in some way.
What if So would you count the Night King being wounded? I guess maybe not necessarily, but Viserion gets wounded or killed.
I could do either. I could live with either.
Because you can't bring him back, right? You can't bring him back to normal.
You can't bring Viserion back.
Yeah, or just one of them who's been turned. I guess you can't bring him back, right?
Not that I wouldn't think so.
I don't
Even
know.
though I made that up last time we were talking about it,
Did we?
didn't I?
I don't know.
Didn't I say like maybe the Melisandre or bring it back?
Oh yeah. Hey,
But yeah,
never know.
I don't think that's right at all. But I
doubt
hope
it.
so.
I highly doubt it.
I mean, maybe I guessed that way ahead, and I'm just like, yeah, take it, everybody. But
Worth a shot.
but yeah, Night King wounded. That's my prediction. Hope it happens. So the last thing here, you get to pick one thing that you want to see next episode. What is it?
Arya kills the White Walker. She's got to get that new weapon to use. I mean, what was
gotta
all
be
this
some
training?
beast.
What was all this training at the House of Black and White for? I mean,
Exactly.
Come on, let's do it.
It's not for just showing off what you can do in the yard against Brienne in a little sparring contest. It's
No,
for
we're
it's for the
putting it to
real
use.
deal.
We're putting it to use. Let's go.
Arya can't die
Maybe a
this
couple.
episode.
She might take a couple out. I mean just like a quick like 5-second thing of her swinging that thing around, just cutting out like 5 White Walkers in a row, just going nuts.
And
Just the exploding on the sides of her. Push, push. Just
that'd be sweet.
Wow. That'd be beast.
A lot of people like, we're going back to the storyline thing, but like her, doing Gendry, you would think that that'd be the end of her storyline, and like it's a justifiable death now because she's done it for like the worst part of the term there. But like, I don't think there's more. You can't just end it with that. There's so much more reason that she went to the House in Black and White, like to come back and just to what, say hi to everybody and die. Like, come on.
The more you keep saying like the storylines and how they're not done yet, I'm like, they got a lot of stuff to wrap up.
Yeah, there's people
But
that
at the
can
same
die.
time, I mean, look how much Ned. Look at what Ned had left. I mean, they just randomly kill him.
You're right. You're right. You're right. I hate it. I hate that you're right, but you're right. But yeah.
So, who knows?
So you
Game
think
of Thrones? How are we gonna predict
that's what?
this?
But hey, that's why we're doing this
That's
little
why we
segment
do it.
here, because
You get to pick
get to
what
pick
you
it.
want.
You
Yeah,
get to pick
that's
what you
right.
want.
Not necessarily a prediction, but
so for
pick
me,
what you want.
I picked that Winterfell is standing at the end.
Ooh, okay.
Obviously everybody's about to just get owned. So I would hope that a couple people live and Winterfell, that not everybody in the crypts dies, that Winterfell is standing.
So if Winterfell's standing, then they would have to kill the entire. I would assume the entire army of the dead. Now, what if, some random fleet's going elsewhere?
Maybe
would have
they
to
like
kill
push
all
them
of them.
away to like push them south or something. I don't know, but like I just want Winterfell. That's what I'm choosing.
I think for them to win this battle, whatever White Walkers and Whites are there, like they have to be killed. There's no surrendering, Like you literally have to kill all of them.
Our enemy doesn't tire.
They do not tire. Tire.
Kind of wish I had a British accent. That'd be kind of cool, but also like you can't understand a word they say. So, but
It'd be tough. It'd be tough for them to win this.
yeah, I don't. Dude, the more we talk about it, it's like God, they are so screwed.
They're done. Dude, at the end of the last episode of season 7, when they're just walking through the wall with the dragon, I'm just yelling at my TV like, you guys are done. There is no way. This is absolutely over.
Oh God, this
is over.
dude, this episode's gonna be.
Look how divided we
nuts.
still are. Like, seriously.
Oh,
Come on, guys.
you are toast.
Okay, I hate to say that. I don't want to look at like the internet or whatever, but I saw one thing on Instagram. It was Cersei worried about Dick and Jon and Dany going on dates. Night King in 4.
That's
Yeah.
dude. Everybody's just done.
Come on, guys. Get it together.
Like, come on. What are we doing?
It is over.
What are we doing in the north?
It's game over.
Jeez, that sucks.
I don't know how they're gonna do it. It's gonna be Cinderella story of a lifetime.
I mean, for sure. You wouldn't think so, but you're right.
It's gonna have to be.
I mean, so
the greatest upset in everything ever.
yeah. I mean, how many troops do they have? Like 20,000?
Maybe.
Maybe.
And Cersei's just chilling, like, I'm not helping them. Like,
Yeah. She's just
I mean,
like, yeah,
guys.
Dad can kill them and they can come for us. Like, oh, wait, what? Maybe everybody dies and maybe Cersei's on the Iron Throne at the end because she used the Golden Company to kill what's left. Hope not.
don't
Hope
know.
I'm wrong.
Hope
Once
not.
again.
I like the way Jamie put it, though, at the end of Season 7, where he's like, if the North wins, they come down here and kill us all. If the Night King wins, they come down here and kill us all.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you got it.
You're screwed, Cersei.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
Just chill, I guess, till you die. Have fun.
What is going to happen?
So, yeah, I guess that. We'll just end it there with just our episode for the week. I guess we, don't forget to check out the Rule the World podcast. That was our original podcast that we had, and we started it last August, right? August, September,
something like that. Been going for a while.
We're on season 3 right now of that. To the people, to the realm, thank you again for listening. Thank you for checking out the Rule the World pod. Thanks for being on this journey of season 8 with us, because clearly we're having a great time with it. But yeah, we'll be back next week, probably about the same time, to break down the biggest battle scene in TV and movie history.
Wow.
Pretty insane there. Clearly you've heard our thoughts on what might happen, but maybe let us know what you guys think will happen. We're looking forward to having some input from you as well. So
That's right.
But yeah, come this Sunday, winter is truly here.